Why am I zoning out? I pressed record and I started zoning out. Okay, whatever. Okay, so since we're here, I might as well get started on the talking about the GCSE experience, because for me it was a time of constant stress and nothing else. I hated every minute of it. Oh my god. Okay, so let me start from the start, which is April. Okay, first of all, we're hit with really bad news in the midst of my revision, by the way. And I have been a fan of NCT for 6 years, so you know how hard that hit me, okay? Right. So, apart from dealing with that, I was properly not studying for a whole week, and my parents were really scared. Like, you're doing this over a person you've known over a screen. And I was like, yeah, but the screen was what kept us close. Yeah, obviously it's emotional for a lot of people, the whole thing that happened. If you don't know what happened, Mark left NCT in April. Sad, but whatever. We got over it eventually. And then after that, my revision got better. I was doing past papers constantly. I kind of neglected my own social life during the half-term holidays. Obviously I did because I have to study. And then Leavers Day happened, and I was crying so much because I love my friends. I love them. They're somewhere here. Yeah, that's the fourth cut we took on prom. Our group was called Courtyard Pigeons as well, so I love them. Anyway, so I was usually on call with one of my friends as I studied. So I remember we hit a call 50 hours. Let that sink in. 50 hours, and we were studying. We were genuinely just studying. And my sessions ran late into the night, and I started pretty late. It started in the afternoon-ish. So I was studying quite a lot. Obviously, I had to take a lot more breaks as well in the middle of it all, to eat, to shower, to live, all that. Yeah. Anyway, so we did beg our school. I was part of the student leadership team back in year 11. Basically, we did try to get Leavers Day for year 11 to be earlier, because our Leavers Day was just one day, one Friday before GCSE started. For context, GCSE started on May 11th. Our study leave started on May 8th. Just May 8th of all days. That's crazy. Moving on before I lose my shit. Anyway, basically, right. So I remember May 10th, the night of May 10th, we had relatives over. I don't know why, but we had relatives over. And I remember I was just so engrossed in my memorizing of quotes for Jekyll and Hyde and Romeo and Juliet, that I was just what the hell, I don't give a shit what's happening right now. And I was just I was literally yelling quotes at my mom, you know what Romeo said? You know what Juliet said? You know what whatever, man. Yeah. But I think the exams I felt the most prepared for was weirdly my math exams, apart from English, of course, because I think I did every single past paper for my exam board, and then some. But I think that serves well, because math, okay, this is weird to admit, but math is my weakest subject at the moment, and I'm so glad I'm rid of it, okay? I am way too happy about this. Yeah, math's no longer gonna be tormenting me in the back, being you're kind of shit at this. Oh well, it doesn't matter, I'm not studying it anymore. I'm so happy. I was so happy on the last math exam day. I don't even remember when that was, but whatever. And then let's move on to the sciences. Okay, let's be for real. I hate chemistry. I hate bio. Physics is okay. I do like physics a lot, and the exams we had were actually pretty good for physics. But bio? What the fuck? What the fuck was that? When there was exams. I'm sorry. I was so... I have no words. Paper 2 specifically. Why? Why did I write about the quadrat experiment for AQA triple for the fish farming? Oh my god. I just know I lost so many marks on that paper. It literally fried my brain that exam. I don't know. Oh, I want to talk to AQA about that because it's so bad. Anyway, chemistry. I hate chemistry. Period. Yeah. And it turned out, I did a survey in my family. Not survey, but I did a survey in my family. Turns out most of my family hates chemistry too. So the hatred is genetic, folks. Anyway, so yeah. Chemistry, paper 1. I don't remember it. It's okay. Genuinely, I think it was okay. That's why I don't remember it. But paper 2 definitely killed me. I hate organic chem because it's so long for triple. Yeah. And I wrote sulfur dioxide instead of sulfuric acid for electrolysis question. Or titration question. I can't remember. Titration is so useless for triple, by the way. Can I just go on a rant about that? Because I'm someone who moved from combined science higher to triple. Because in my school it works like that. I don't know why. They changed me up in year 10 mocks. Okay? And tell me why. Like, we have a whole different module about titration, and I could not understand like even one bit of it. None of it made sense to me, and no matter how many videos explaining I watched it, yeah, it did not go into this thing. Okay, oh my gosh, chemistry flies across my head like this, bro. I'm being so for real. I cannot understand that subject for the life of me, and trust me, I tried. Oh well. Anyway. Next, let's talk about my GCSE subjects. Actually, wait, no, RS is left because I had RS compulsory. Loki, that was chill. RS, you can just give it blindly at this point. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Genuinely, it's not that hard. If you think RS is hard, I think you're a bit cooked. Like a tiny bit, yeah? Anyway, side note, I kind of hate the fact that I wrote about Mark from NCT or ex-NCT in both my language papers. I don't know how I ended up doing that because I remember my language paper 2. One of my language paper 2 actually, I think, was his performance at the Environment Day program, and I remember I referenced that whole thing. And for my creative writing, I wrote Mark in my creative writing, and obviously I had to mention NCT in there because I did some creative writing thing. I don't remember it. I just remember I mentioned Mark in my things a lot, and I remember one of the extracts was written by a Mark, so that was fun. My friend, oh my gosh, all my friends, they know how much I love NCT, and they were like, oh my gosh, Mark. And then they said they were tempted to look at me in the exam hall. And obviously you shouldn't, because that counts as cheating apparently. I don't know why. But yeah. Okay, now let's get on to my GCSE subjects. As in the ones I chose. And I personally kind of regretted them. Okay, I chose history. History is beautiful. I love history. I kind of don't regret this one. Actually, I don't regret this one at all because history, duh. Our papers were pretty good. I did AQA, America, and what's the first paper? Hold up. America and Cold War. The second paper I had was medicine and Elizabeth II. No, Elizabeth I. Okay, yeah, whatever. So those two papers were pretty good. I am a person who does not enjoy doing the medicine paper, but this one was really, really good, and I have high hopes for it. So yeah, DT. I have no words. The paper you can give with your eyes closed at this point. Like, you just need to skim the CGP book you have. I have the CGP book, I think. No, I don't. Okay. You can skim it and then you can answer all of the questions on there pretty much. And like, it was really fun. It's always really fun because DT, you just yap enough and you get enough marks. Like, it's not that hard. But that presentation, the NEA, takes years off your life. I'm telling you. I cannot tell you how many nights I spent up doing that stupid PowerPoint. Oh my god. I remember, I think I have like 20 or 21 slides, or I think I have 20. I can't remember. And it's like almost packed with information, every slide. And I'm just like, I'm sorry to whoever has to externally examine it. Like, I'm sorry. And finally, PE. The biggest scam of my life. Because me in year 9, I thought PE was gonna be fun and quirky. Because I love sports. Only 40% of it is practical. You guys don't know how like low my heart sank when I heard that. Like I was so sad. I was so sad. And plus, martial arts wasn't on the list for practicals, so I was even more sad. And then my injury happened and my surgery happened, and that was fun. So during my practical stuff this year, I was recovering. But thankfully, it happened in a time where I could perform relatively well. So I thank my knee for healing that quick every day. Anyway, I quite like the second paper more than the first one because the first one is literally just science. And I, again, reiterate, I don't like science. Can I just say, in paper 1, who thought it is a sane idea to introduce levers and axes and planes? Levers make sense. Plane and axes? Where do we apply this? Like, when I'm doing a cartwheel, I'm not thinking about if I'm doing the sagittal axis, what the hell is a plane? What plane was transverse plane and all that shit. Like, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just gonna do the cartwheel. Lever still makes more sense in my head though. I know this is physics, but goddamn, I hated it. Most of it is just bio. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I do prefer paper 2 because it's more sociology, psychology, and like physiology and stuff like that. It's really fun, that paper. That paper, I think you can skim the chapters and give the exam. It's pretty good. So yeah. Overall, I give GCSEs a 2 out of 10 experience-wise. Paper-wise, I give it 6.5 out of 10. Because the papers were relatively good, minus the science ones, which were 6. So, yikes. Yeah. But I would also like to talk about my exam schedule because I had an exam pretty much every day. For 4 weeks, which was not fun. And I remember I just crammed the night before. This is so weird to admit, but I would just cram the night before. Do loads of past papers, do loads of bullshit for the paper next day. But for maths, I have to start a week before, do past papers, because we have 3 papers, and I did basically, see, I've done revision throughout the year, right? But this is a revision that matters the most. I wanted to stay fresh in my head, so I just watched this channel called the GCSE Tutor on maths on YouTube, and their videos are heavenly. 2 hours of going over past papers and how to solve questions, and I did predicted papers. I did everything I could lay my hands on for maths because I was I need to get a good grade. Because for all of my mocks, okay, I don't know if I can say this because it's embarrassing, but this is the internet and this is my channel, and I will say everything I have with pride, I think, a little bit at least. I did not get more than a grade 6 on my mocks, and I do think that's changing. That is definitely gonna change. Because I'm Shreddies and I'm God tier. I'm God tier. I'm God tier, guys. So yeah, I really think I put a lot of effort in for maths. So hopefully it pays off. So yeah, the next time you're gonna be hearing my voice is gonna be August 20. Wait, no, wouldn't it be? Whatever, man, just 20. Whatever. Bye bye.